Do you know all the factors that go into digital design? Find out how we do it at WebSurge from Joe and Lisa.
In our last videos, we talked about our first few steps in working with a new client. Digital marketing analysis is the first phase where we're uncovering target persona, target audience, and your competition. The second phase of that process we talked about in our second video, our content onboarding, and where we understand we're bringing our content team in, and now that we know who your target audience is and your target persona, who are we going after and what your competition is doing in the digital space, our writers are learning about your voice and your overall approach and sales approach to your audience. From there, I wanted you to meet Lisa Courtney Holmes, who is our creative director, and we're going to talk about the next step in our process when we onboard a new client, which is talking about design. So designing of the website, designing of marketing materials, trade show booths, brochures, whatever that may be. So, hi Lisa.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. So after the analysis, we really dive deeply into the project. We want to learn as much as we can about our new client and their audience. Oftentimes we're invited to tour facilities, meet with decision makers, and learn as much as we can about the products and the services that people will be using. And then after that, we go into the design process, and we take the initial layout from the prototype and turn it into a full-blown design. So that means taking either the style guide from the client, or if they don't have a style guide, coming up with a new style guide and using custom images, complementary web palette, fonts, composition, hierarchy, and creating a completely intuitive user experience. If they already have style or if they already have assets, we'll ask if we can have their image catalog, mandatory logos, any kind of video at that time. Next, during the design process, I like to meet with our team of writers, developers, media specialists, and together we kind of come up with a story that we want to tell, and we figure out the visuals that we'll need to create to complete the project. So we like to use custom images, so often we'll schedule media days at the client's location, and we'll go and we'll scope out images for use in the website and on the socials. After that is the approval process, and we use a software called Adobe Experience Design, or Adobe XD, where we can share layouts and live links for desktop and mobile. It's kind of the fastest way to securely share with our clients and our team for fast approvals and easy handoff to development. After that, usually there's several rounds of revisions. It's not uncommon, and it should be. A client's online presence should be very personal to them.
Sure.
So back and forth is usual. And also, a website is kind of a living thing. We're always optimizing pages, looking at content analysis, improving stories. So I don't think clients should be intimidated about going live.
Sure. And so that process always seems to be, it's a kind of a fear factor for clients, because I think they've dealt with other agencies who have, when they've gone live with a website,
they just set it and forget it.
It's almost like that. It's like, it's okay, now you're live, so anything from this point forward is going to cost you more money, and we're going to keep charging you for every little change, and if something's not worded correctly or just doesn't appear correctly. So how do we handle that? I think we handle that a little differently once we launch.
Right, yeah, so it's basically a constant moving object. So we're always optimizing. We're always getting together talking about new visuals, new pages, campaigns, landing pages with a purpose. It's just forever changing, and we work with our clients to keep it up to date and fresh.
Sure.
Always.
And it's a partnership. It's not a matter of charging every time we need to correct something, or people are human. We're all human. We're going to make mistakes, or we're going to realize also we have to recognize once we've launched a site, your audience is going to respond to it differently, you know, and when we launch new campaigns, audiences will respond to those campaigns differently, and we constantly want to be A/B testing and checking and looking for performance issues. So yeah, don't be afraid to launch.
Right, and from a design perspective, there are new things, you know, new trends that come up that we might want to try, or just to freshen it up or bring it more modern.
Sure. Well, thanks, Lisa. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.